lost in a sea of red. Then I said I wanna see you again. Once I saw you, I said I wanna hold you again. On the day I feel it all again. Yeah, on the beach.
Watching it there. That's where I stopped watching, because this guy just refuses to answer questions. Like, he's insane. Most of them are insane. Right? So let's go ahead and see here.
Making an argument that, like,
He has no argument at all. It says here, like, TimPool slams anti-Trumper for dodging questions in his debate. TimPool did not slam him. TimPool pushed on him, right? Yeah. So TimPool pushed on him, and the guy just kept dodging, and TimPool just kept, inching away left and right. Left and right, left and right. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and listen right here. Let's go ahead and pull it up right there. Alright. Since we're doing this in multiple languages, let's go ahead and put the subtitles in, and let's change the subtitles to Japanese. Come on, Google Translate. Make it nice in Japanese. Japanese. Okay.
if you keep making non sequiturs,
It's not a non sequitur.
it is, because I asked you a question, you've ignored it.
I haven't ignored it.
At, what was the case?
I don't. So here's what I.
Already from the beginning, like, I keep asking you questions I haven't already. You can see the backtalk in him. You see the backtalk in this asshole, right? And he does it in such a way where he's being condescending.
know about the case. Okay? It's very simple.
Yeah.
Unlike Barack Obama, which you had mentioned he's a murderer, you don't want to talk about the fact that that's never been proven in a court of law. But you're
What
still.
does that have to do with what I asked you?
Because-
Tell me about
See that he just sidestepped the thing right there and went straight for the other ball. Right? Straight for the other ball.
Carroll case.
Because a jury found him liable for sexual abuse. I don't have to know everything about the case.
No, you
and
just believe
present
what you're
it to
told.
you. No, I believe in our
Okay,
justice system.
let's do this.
I believe in our justice system.
Here's how I operate. I will hear a claim and I will fact check it.
Sure.
And try and dig through the facts
Sure.
to see if there's merit. You will believe what you're told.
So everything on the right when it comes to Donald Trump, there's no merit to it, even though he's a
didn't say that.
convicted 34-count felon. But
not.
those were made up. Right, sure. And then
You don't even know the crime.
and then, I don't have to know the crime
Yes,
to
you
know
do.
that a jury found him guilty.
You do
in a
need to
court of
know
law.
the
You can
crime.
disagree with the outcome.
do.
I disagree with the
Well,
O.J.
Nelson Mandela was a criminal too. He got locked up.
Hey, sometimes the justice system gets it wrong. I think we could agree on that.
So if you
Not
don't,
my type.
so
Better defense than the glove doesn't fit, I think.
I think the question, you know what? We can just pause right here and say, to everybody who's listening, I think my point is, I can tell you the facts of these cases and why I have doubts, and you don't know anything about them.
So here's a fact. Donald Trump is a 34-count felon. You can disagree with it, but well, you can say incorrect till the cows come home. He wasn't sentenced, but he was convicted on 34 felony counts. Now you can
No, he
disagree
wasn't.
with that. Okay, you can.
See, already he doesn't know. Like he's just repeating and parroting and parroting and parroting, right? And like, look at TimPool's face. Mira la cara. Kao mite. Right? You get this. Just he's holding back the rage.
You can disagree.
Name the crime.
That's fine.
Name the crime.
You don't have to name the crime.
Yes,
He's
you
a
do.
34-count felon.
You have to name the crime.
Okay, well, listen.
So again, I will say it to the audience, he doesn't even know what the charge was. He doesn't know who was accused of falsifying.
I named you a few. I don't have all 34 charges in front of me, but it doesn't. Just because I can't name
Wouldn't
the
it
charges.
be prudent of you to actually investigate these things before parroting them on it to a large audience?
I'm not parroting them. All I'm simply
You can't
saying.
even explain what your position is.
Just because. Okay. Here's
What did
my,
Trump? Okay, let
here's my
me
position.
try this. Let me try this. Let's slow down. Why do you? What do you think Trump did?
Now here, I've seen this, so it's not a big shocker to me because I was listening to this earlier today. I saw it twice, and I knew I was going to react to it today. I knew I was going to react to it today, and TimPool's going to lay out exactly like, just tell me what you know, and the guy's going to sidestep it to he doesn't know anything, he doesn't see anything, right? Just go ahead. Here you go.
Wrong in that case.
You're talking about E. Jean Carroll, or are you talking?
See, already he's off topic. already he's off topic, trying to get it onto something else that has nothing to do with what he asked. He's playing stupid. You can see on his face he's playing stupid, hoping not to get caught. You can see it.
No,
About,
the business records case. What did he do wrong?
well, falsifying business records was what he was charged
No,
with.
no, what?
Oh, see there. He's technically right. What he was charged with, he's basically qualifying his statements so that he doesn't get called on the line.
Specifically did he do wrong?
What specific
What
lie?
what do you
Lie?
take
Falsifying
issue with?
records? Falsifying records?
Which records? I'm asking you the specifics of what did you
So-
find that he did
so
wrong?
here's-
And when this case came out, when the Donald Trump case came out with the whole they tried to put him in prison, right? Basically, they got him on a receipt for payments to a lawyer signed as a bulk statement of company bills that had to be paid out. Right? And Tim knows this. The world knows this. This asshole he's talking to knows this. But still, he refuses to answer because he's a liar.
Here's my point.
You don't have an
I'd like
answer
to
for
make.
it?
I'm getting.
Where you don't have an answer for it? He goes, I'm gonna answer you, but he doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't answer. He sidesteps, he moves on, and Tim calls on him, and he sidesteps more, and Tim is holding back the rage. He's not slamming him, he's holding back the rage.
Answer it for you.
Are you gonna give me a specific example or are you gonna change the subject again?
I'm not changing the subject. We're talking about this.
So what did
So-
Trump do wrong? Say Trump did thing. Tell me.
Okay. Here's the answer that I'm going to give you.
Oh, see right there. He's already qualified. Here's the answer I'm going to give you. Not the answer to the question. This is the answer I'm going to give you. He's going to repeat what he said over here less than 3 minutes ago. Like we're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So less than 2 minutes ago, he's going to repeat the same bullshit. And that's the bullshit he repeats again over here. He repeats it again over here. He repeats it again over here. This guy's an asshole. He's a liar. And he's willfully lying to not have to answer this question.
I don't know all the ins and outs of this case.
Well, then why are we
here's
talking?
here's what I do know. Regardless of what your opinions are on the case and what you might think are valid that he didn't do anything wrong, what you might think are valid.
There goes. Qualifier, qualifier, qualifier. This is the bullshit you gotta call the leftists and say, stop qualifying shit, give an answer. Right? This is how you know. This is how you know when a politician is bought and paid for, or they're not. When they get asked a question, they answer the question, they move on. When they're bought and paid for, they're gonna sit there and give you bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, so they don't have to answer the question.
That he never sexually abused a woman. Here's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. A jury found him guilty on 34 counts that you obviously disagree with. Whether I know the ins and outs of the case is irrelevant.
Yep.
The fact
So, I don't know shit. That's what he said. I don't know shit. I'm just repeating the shit that was told to me. Right? And I'm not gonna answer your question because I'm just repeating the shit I was told. Right?
of the matter is that he is a 34 count felon. The fact of the matter is that he's a liable sexual abuser. Liable.
Actually, in order, so this is actually legally distinct to be.
He wasn't sentenced. I understand.
Therefore, he's not a felon.
I understand that.
There has to be the final.
I understand.
Right, so he's not a
No,
felon.
he doesn't understand. If he understands, then he's lying. If he says, I understand this shit, then he's lying. And Tim should have called him a liar at that point. If you understand, then you're lying. Because if you understand the difference between A and B, and you're saying it's B when it's A, then you're lying willfully. But Tim didn't. And that just shows Tim's professionalism. Right? That shows how professional he is at this shit. Look at this guy, dude. This guy's an asshole and he's a liar, and you know he gets a shitload of views because a lot of people have the same kind of hatred.
I've said that multiple
So we agree
times.
he's not a felon.
Okay. The reason why he wasn't sentenced is because
It's under
he won
appeal.
the presidency.
Well, it's under appeal actually, and it's been over a year since the appellate court was prepared to issue.
He's already he lied left and right, left and right, left and right. He's just
Yeah,
lying.
I'll tell you what,
Done it.
if he wins his appeal, I will come on the show
No,
and
you
I'll say,
won't.
Tim,
No, he
I was
won't.
wrong.
No,
No, no,
right.
We
We agree though. He's not yet a felon until he's sentenced.
He wasn't sentenced. I've said
He's
that
not a
multiple.
felon.
I've said that multiple times. A
Great.
jury convicted him on 34 felony counts.
Of what?
Again, there you go back again, trying to quiz me on what the.
Okay, here's my point. I don't.
That's the only point I'm trying.
I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
We're not debating.
Okay, well,
You're,
I
you're,
could
you're here to burn time. I would see if I was on Tim's show, I would say like, You're not debating. You're not here. You're not providing anything. You're just here to parrot the news. I can do this on my own with a side of newspaper. There's the door. Have a great day. That's what I would have done if I was 10. And yeah, a lot of leftists are not going to come on his show. He's not stumping him. He's just sitting there going like, okay, look, you're here to waste time, right?
Debates like this. Donald Trump did a backflip. And here's why it was wrong. Well, actually, backflips have been long protected. I'm saying Donald Trump was accused of these specific things. And you say, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, then we're not having a debate.
No.
You're just saying I read in the news Trump was convicted. And I say, okay.
Okay, well,
It's important to drill down because then you can compare it.
This guy in the middle tries to help him out and says, look, learn, give us some opinion, go into the facts of a case, go into something. Don't just follow what you're told, right? He still doesn't listen. He still doesn't listen at all.
To other similar situations and whether people have been charged by that, and then that's the way that you can suss out whether it was
Well,
lawfare or something
Indeed,
unusual.
but even outside of that, it's that when an individual is convicted of a crime, it is prudent of a society to analyze whether or not this is a legitimate use of the judiciary of our legal system.
so you don't like people
And
that
it's-
accuse other people of things.
And the point I'm making is
You don't like people that accuse other people of things. No, he doesn't like people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about and that will parrot things without doing research.
Yeah.
I don't believe law dictates morality.
Logic, because it was 30 years ago.
No.
It couldn't have happened. Why are you asking me that?
You're changing the subject again.
Good.
No, you're asking me 30 years.
I think the issue is you're so ignorant on these issues.
I don't think I'm ignorant at all. I
Of course
think
not, because you're an asshole and you're stupid. So either you're lying or you're ignorant. Right?
Doeu na tua achada.
É sério. Pagar R$ 25,90 por mês em um app de streaming, R$ 19,90 por mês em um app de música, R$ 12,49 por mês em um app...
So then what was
you're
the pretext?
You're unwilling to put any responsibility on
What
Donald
was
Trump
the
for anything.
pretext? Trump is wrong. Trump is bad. We've already agreed. He's done
Wrong
bad
and
things.
bad and illegal are different things.
So
Go
let's
ahead.
and this is a liability case, not a legality case, not a criminal case. Sure. So the pretext by which the case came about is extremely important in law, and I'm asking you the details because you don't know. I presume you don't know, and that's why you hold this position.
Okay, all I said to you, and you want to quiz me on these cases, but all I
No, he's trying to get to a fact where you can have an honest discussion, and you're being a liar, you're stonewalling, and you're sitting there basically trying to sidestep any question whatsoever.
I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
Tim, is he a liable sexual abuser? Yes or no?
No.
No.
So he's not a felon. He's not a liable sexual abuser.
Oh, well, actually, let me clarify. If I get 3 guys to come in here with badges on and they say you're a rapist, are you a rapist?
If I'm found liable in a court
There. He's trying to sit there and go, and to qualify his statement so he doesn't have to take responsibility for what he says.
of law, I could be liable for sexual abuse.
I mean, what
I'm
if I
pretty sure if 3 cops came in here and it was presented in a
this.
courtroom, my attorneys would defend me. And
what if I paid off a judge?
Oh,
I
so,
said-
so you're saying Trump paid off? Or I'm
No,
sorry,
I'm
Sean
not.
Carroll paid off.
I'm asking you a question to
That's
understand.
not.
See, and this is the thing with these leftists. This is something that you have to be careful about. Tim's good at this because he's dealt with them for so long. Right? Not only do they change the subject, sidestep questions, ignore a question and give a completely different answer to something else. What he's doing here is trying to qualify every statement he says in order to give himself an out. Right? Because he can't face the fact that he doesn't know shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's unprepared for this conversation. He's unprepared for anybody who doesn't agree with him.
Not a non
Your
sequitur.
moral worldview.
That's not a non sequitur.
I'm asking you a question to determine what your moral worldview is.
Sure.
You keep changing the subject
Go
and
ahead.
interrupting when I ask these questions.
Apologies. Go ahead.
If a judge is bribed and sentences you, finds you liable of rape, are you a rapist?
If it's proven that a judge has been bribed, then
Oh,
obviously.
there's a qualifier. There's a qualifier. Well, not really, because if someone proves the judge lied, then it doesn't matter, right? There's a qualifier.
You would probably win on appeal, right?
What if the judge brought the case
Is that
illegally?
right? Is that fair?
Well, perhaps you would. I mean,
Right.
the question was, would you be a rapist? Would you consider a person to be a rapist if a judge was paid off to do it?
Not if it's proven that a judge was paid off.
Oh, so have to prove the judge was paid off to not be considered a rapist, right? Guilty until proven innocent. That's the leftist way.
But we don't know.
Was the judge paid off?
in this instance, we don't know. I'm just asking you, in a circumstance where a judge it's not a legitimate ruling.
If it's
The ruling
yeah,
itself
I'm answering your
lacks
question.
merit.
I'm answering your question. If,
Right.
if it's proven obviously
Okay.
that the judge is paid off, then
What
obviously.
if a judge brought the case illicitly, meaning it wasn't actually able to be brought into a court, but he did anyway?
Okay, so being bribed and your opinion of being illicitly brought are two completely different things.
So I'm asking these
Oh,
questions.
shit, they are. Being bribed is being bribed. Being brought illicitly is being brought illicitly. They're completely different words. This guy's a moron.
If a judge brought forth a case, or I should say, a case was brought to a judge that did not have legal merit to be entered into court of law, we're doing it anyway, and then said, you're a rapist, is that legitimate?
I know where you're going with this.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Like, I'm a moron. That's what he's saying right here. I'm a moron. I know where you're going with this. He doesn't. He's trying to sidestep it again. Watch. He's going to sidestep it. Here you go.
And well, you're making the case that's what happened here in the E. Jean Carroll
Not.
case.
I'm
Well,
trying to suss out your moral worldview on when do you
Jim told him almost, I think, three times before this last time right here. I'm trying to see where your moral view stands, and he's going back to Eugene Carroll. And if he can't get that one, he's gonna try to go back to the 42 counts. And he's gonna go back and forth and play tennis with it.
determine that an act of the judiciary is not actually legal?
if that's proven, if it could be proven that way.
So the court,
Yep.
my
You asked me the judge question. I gave you my
the point of
best.
this is, if your argument is the very blanket, a guy said a thing, we can certainly agree a guy said a thing. If the question is, did Trump in a legitimate setting face these claims and convictions? The answer is no, and I can break it all down fact by fact, detail by detail. Specifically with the E. Jean Carroll case, there's a numerous fact.
And this is where the guy was doing unprepared. Let's move on past this shit. Let's move on past this shit. Right. Let's go somewhere else. Let's see what else we can suss out here. Let's see. What shall we see here? Let's see here. What shall we see here? All right. Let's pop out the chat here so I can see the chat.
Tentando soltar skill, mas tá foda, hein?
All right. Yeah, I can see the chat. Okay. I had to pop out the chat so I can. So I can. I had to pop out the chat. Just I can put the chat here where I can see it, right? All right. Let's see here. All right, where are we now? I want to get out of this junk